Hey guys, it's Liam Caddiston here, and we're reacting to episode 24 of My Hero Academia Season 4. It's been quite some time since we last did a reaction to My Hero Academia. I believe it's been over a month since the dub version of episode 23 was released. And I kind of, had the mindset that since we had this long wait going on, that they're going to drop episode 24 and episode 25 on the same day, because it's like 2 episodes left of season 4, so it's a case of why not? And why not indeed? Episode 24 and episode 25 have been released. I will be reacting to the 25th episode. The YouTube edition will come out on Wednesday, but for both full reactions to episode 24 and 25, they'll be released on Patreon today. So there is that, and I'm excited to see what we're going to be doing for these final couple of episodes, because we've kind of closed the book on the school festival with a beautiful and strong conclusion in the last episode, represented by some fantastic visuals, especially for Eri's sake, where she was in a position where she, for possibly the first time in her life, she didn't have to fear. She felt so much joy, so much passion at the performance, and it was really heartfelt. So I really loved how they kind of concluded the school festival arc. We had some close calls, of course, with Gentle, but that was all put to bed and the show would go on. So it was a very beautiful conclusion, and I'm excited to see where these final 2 episodes go, because I have a feeling it's going to be a case like season 3, where there are stories, I guess, standalone stories that don't necessarily belong to an arc. And if they go the way that season 3 entailed, then I'm pretty excited, because there were some very strong episodes that kind of stood on its own for season 3, especially the Twice story, which has a huge place in my heart. So I will be pretty excited to see where things go. But again, I'll drop the link to the blocked reactions folder for you guys to check out any blocked reactions to season 4, as well as a clear PIP version of this reaction, because I know the one that I will put out on YouTube might not be everyone's cup of tea, so there's always an option to watch it on Drive if you guys want to. So hopefully that is okay. So with that said, let's get into episode 24 of My Hero Academia season number 4. Let's go.
Eri was abandoned by her parents. We know the head of the Shie Hasaikai is her blood relative, but he's been in a coma for quite a while. She has nowhere else to go.
He might not wake up again.
Not all. Mr. Aizawa may have mentioned this already. The docs figured out Eri's horn is where her quirk is released from.
Yeah, he said it'd gotten smaller, so it should be fine.
Truth, it had.
But you want to keep an eye on her just in case.
Now, and I'm super buddy-buddy with our little Eri, so I'm helping out. I know you guys are majorly busy, but I'm hoping you'll stop by and say hi.
Of course we will.
If Eri's quirk becomes usable and she learns how to control it, then I bet we'll have our invincible man back in no time.
Man, that'd be awesome.
Might get his quirk back.
Sorry to be asking
I'm
for
not
help already, but can
I'm
you get
not
us settled in?
like
Roger, sir.
determined
We'll play some
that
board
he
games.
will.
No, likely not. Everything moved too fast there.
And you never
Our
know.
guests have
Don't
arrived. Let's
put yourself
welcome them.
down.
Your feline fantasies are here. Allow us to lend a helping hand.
Wait,
We're champions serving up
the Wild Pussycats.
We're the heroes. We're the wild.
Haven't seen you guys in a long time.
Kota picked them out himself. He specifically asked for red.
Ah, it's not what you think.
Someone's idolizing Deku.
It's great to see you, but why are you here?
Just to let you know we're back in business.
Seriously?
Congratulations.
Awesome.
That's wonderful.
Are you back at work?
Quite the bad habit, yes. I'd love to return it to the girl, but you'd have to let me use my power. If that's amenable to you,
Sounds
then
like
I'd
a
be
trap.
happy to help out.
Thing is, we
Oh,
still don't know
I've
how many
missed him.
powers he has. He could be hiding some dangerous quirks.
Exactly.
Which
You don't want
unfortunately
to
means the smartest way
leap
to
at the
contain him
opportunity.
is to not let
Announce the results for the second half of the year yet.
And so much has happened.
A chart without all
That's
Might?
it.
That's so strange. I can't imagine what it will even look like.
Kind of have a it's kind of like when a sporting legend doesn't continue into the next year. Schumacher in 2007 for F1.
Was forced into
Eerie.
early retirement. You can feel the excitement, folks. Growing success. And the reports that you two are dating? I have no comment.
I want the... I need the tea.
Why are they the only ones?
It's not like you write badly, you know.
Number 6.
Number 23.
I heard you formed a team.
Rab-
Talk about
Wait.
Number 4.
I think I saw something about, like, Harry from Ruby voicing her.
Compose yourself. We're in public.
This time, those heroes involved with the community reach the charts with lightning speed. Wing hero Hawks.
Well, I'm not sure about all
Hawks.
that.
Finally, he's been the temporary number 1.
Yep, there we go. Endeavor.
Today he'll officially inherit that sacred spot. After all this time,
There are those I should have been able to save, but did not. I'll strive to do better.
You can't save everyone.
I get your concern,
Sadly.
the anguish in your heart. What a burden we bear. Let's stand tall together. You deserve this, Ryukyu. You're strong.
It's not your turn to
And
speak.
you're a dragon!
But I don't do this for the notoriety. I believe it is my duty to bring about peace.
Come on, guys. Who wants
We
to
love
hear
Ed
this
Shaw.
kind of canned crap? Stain, maybe?
Oh no.
He's fun.
As always, you enjoy causing a commotion.
I just have a problem holding back sometimes.
I love his wings.
Okay, conjuncture. Why does it seem everyone's playing it so safe? Enough with these rehashed PR lines. Maybe we should stop pretending and start saying what's on our minds, huh?
Hey, this kid was on his ass
Ooh.
earlier, and now this?
I seriously have no idea.
This is
what
gonna
he's
stir a
trying
few
to achieve
souls.
with this speech.
Hawks, age 22. At 18, he started his own agency, and by the second half of
Oh,
that
wow.
year, he was all.
Well, that's all I've got to say.
Just thinks his own way, doesn't he?
Now let's hear from number 1, who has a lower approval rating than I do.
He's gonna be pushing a few buttons, and Endeavor is not the guy to push the buttons.
Right? How do you...
Just watch what I do.
Oh. Keep an eye on me. Damn.
I got one more thing for you.
I said we're done!
I want to team up with you. One case, that's all. There have been some troubling eyewitness accounts in my hometown.
Number 1 and number 2 teaming up.
Remember those Nomu things, right?
Oh no.
The others before didn't really understand.
Hey, Dabby.
But I don't think you'll disappoint.
It! For the human liberation! Taro Hasakashi, age 31. Quirk, shame. The more embarrassed he feels, the stronger he gets.
Meta. Human.
Wait.
I'm a little peckish, so why don't we have our talk over
Just
some
got
food?
flicked
There's a
down.
good hop-out place not...
Endeavor doesn't do fan service. Being mean is what makes him so cool.
Whoa, you're a hardcore fan, huh?
This is terrible. You've changed. I miss the old Endeavor.
That wasn't
He was
right.
only
But
he was only
I
trying to
get
be
off fine with that
good.
kid from Shiketsu.
Damn.
Oh yeah, what did you expect? It's not exactly your vibe.
Oh.
Pretty good. Oh well. I'm glad Tsukiyomi was the one who joined me in the end. Shoto failed his exam. That's a pretty big mark against his brand.
You know a lot for someone who
You
didn't
want
go
to
to UA.
Ixnay on the
I still
failure, eh?
informed.
With you, I assume you have some definitive proof and not just speculation.
Nope, I sure don't. Only what I'm hearing.
Uh-oh.
Give me the check now. We're done here.
Sit back down, man. There's more to it than that. This is not
Doesn't
the
want to
only
cause
place
panic
the Nomus
when there
ever
is none,
spotted.
but
Bet that's news for you.
still, the Nomus are no joke.
From across the country. Not so much that the media's picked up on them quite yet. Creepy these genetically engineered beasts are, and they're getting worried. I think some idiot is telling scary stories to stir up the public, drumming up panic and trying their best to spread it across the country. You heard that, Flasher? He
It's
yelled
taking
about limited
advantage
human liberation. That ring a
of
bell? It's
chaos.
from that villain biography that was recently republished. Pretty popular right now. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what nothing exciting happened and then tuck myself into bed at night. Doesn't that sound like the perfect life? My goal is to make this a world where heroes have too much time on their hands. Well, that's not good.
He's got a, like,
Here are your drinks.
very enthusiastic attitude.
show you who's strongest here.
Oh boy. It's about to go down. It looks like that's going to be like the final fight of the season, Endeavor against High End, I think he was called. I think that is the Nobu that Darby approached at the end, but yeah, the rumors were true. So yeah, I gotta say, I'm loving Hawks. He's a very, very he's a very flamboyant character with a lot of appeal to him. He can get a bit ahead of himself, and he can stir the pot for a few characters, but I don't know. I really love his character. I thought he was introduced greatly, so and we might get a bit more of him considering he's number 2 in the rankings, so that would be great. But yeah, that was a pretty strong episode, and I'm really interested in seeing the shift transcend from the school festival to the pro heroes and seeing their line of work, especially Endeavor now that he's the number 1. He's the official number 1, so there's a lot more weight on his shoulders now that he knows he has to carry that responsibility. He has to be this, well, he has to go out and find that own symbol that he was talking to All Might about. So it seems like we're going to be ending on a high note for season 4, it seems, with the way we're left on that cliffhanger. See? High end high. It's terrible. I will go out, okay? But I'm really excited to see what's going to happen in the finale of My Hero Academia, especially in terms of seeing Endeavor face Nomus again, because that was I feel, a crowd pleaser for season 3, yeah? I think it was season 2, yeah. But yeah, it was, because that was during the whole Stain incident. But not just that, though, but now that Endeavor is officially the number 1 hero, this is going to be a very definitive moment for his character, I feel, especially with that flashback to him and All Might in terms of the talk about being the symbol of peace and him finding his own symbol. So I feel like this is going to be one for the history books in terms of Endeavor's chapter. It's going to be a definitive moment in his story. So I'm really excited, and not just that though, but I'm really excited to see what the animation is going, like how well the animation is going to be executed, because I feel like that's been one of the strongest points in terms of season 4, is the animation. The fantastic visuals have been outstanding, and it's no joke when I say they're going to end on a high note in terms of season 4. Like, I do predict that there's going to be fantastic bouts of animation, so I'm pretty excited to see what the final episode does entail. But it was a very, very great episode. I'm loving the focus on the pro hero side of things, because whilst this is like Deku's story at the end of the day, it is great to have a bit of layers built to the pro heroes, those who are currently paving the way for aspiring heroes, and it was great to see faces who we've never seen before. Like, there were some fun concepts, like the hero that could only say wash, but there was also characters that did intrigue me. Hawks, we'll get to him in a moment, but there was also another hero who was a rabbit hero. And the reason why that hero intrigued me, because I know that the voice actress who plays Harriet in Ruby was going to be in this episode, and I think the rabbit hero is her. So the parallels are just eerie. It's so funny how she plays a hair hero in Ruby, and now she's playing a rabbit hero in My Hero Academia. So it's pretty funny to see that. But yeah, Hawks is a very interesting character. Yeah, I really loved his introduction. He was a very, very intriguing character who has this interesting, he has an interesting character behind him. He has a load of arrogance that was pointed out, and he has this, he doesn't have a filter. He says what's on his mind. He lectured other heroes for not doing the same and giving the whole PR crap. So he does push a few buttons. But not just that, though. He does want to help Endeavor solidify his status as the #1 hero. So that's all well and good. But it is interesting how Endeavor and Hawks do have differing personalities. Like they bounce off each other so well. They have differing personalities. Hawks is more flamboyant, and he is I wouldn't say restrictive. He says what's on his mind. Endeavor is pretty cold. He's very restrictive. He doesn't open himself much to company. I think a great telling of how different Hawks and Endeavor should I say, was the scene where the public was surrounding them. You saw everyone was so happy to surround Hawks, and like they were like, "Oh, can we take a selfie?" etc. And Hawks was pleased to do so. Whereas Endeavor tried that, I guess, approach. He tried to be the comforting hero, and he was lectured because this wasn't the Endeavor that people knew him for. There were some people who liked Endeavor because of his hard attitude and how reserved he was. So him taking on a different approach is gonna kind of like freak a few people out. So yeah, and not just that though, but like we see how relaxed Hawks is. Like there's this relaxed demeanor about him, especially when he's saving the more humane situations, like helping a lady up the stairs, like saving a dog. We see how relaxed he is, where there's this stiff approach for Endeavor. So there are differing traits for both Endeavor and Hawks, and I think that's part of why they are a very, very good duo, is because they contrast each other so well, and it's pretty interesting stuff to see. So, but there is that idea that Hawks does want to help out Endeavor, in terms of like providing him to be the best hero as he can be, well, I guess what better way than to, present him with intel about the idea that Nomus are possibly within the area, because like I said, I think I said it, but yeah, season 2, we saw some very, very amazing sequences with Endeavor facing the Nomu. So that's why I'm saying that the animation is going to be very, very interesting this time around, because it's been a highlight for season 4. It's been one of the huge pluses in terms of season 4's quality, and I'm pretty excited to see that. And like I said, what better way to give Endeavor that chance to shine than Nomu? So yeah, so it's going to be pretty interesting, especially High End, who seems to be a very, very monstrous adaptation of a Nomu. It seems like we don't know much about High End, but it seems, well, the fact that he can speak intellectually is pretty intimidating. When I don't believe a Nomu has had that capacity before. So, that's great, but also the fact that Dabi seems to have so much confidence in it is, not giving me comforting vibes. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens. But yeah, Hawks is a very, very interesting hero with some very interesting insights in terms of like what he wants, and his personality does seem to push a few buttons, but he has a very, very interesting personality at the end of the day as well. So yeah, I just can't believe it's been 3 months since Camino. Like, there's been a lot that's been happening since Camino, since All Might versus All for One. We've had Overhaul, we've had the provisional hero licenses. It's been a roller coaster, and all that within 3 months. Like, it's just so eerie. Like I'm just thinking back to when lockdown began for me, and you can't imagine all of that has been allotted into 3 months, but here we are, and it's just so surreal. So yeah, but it was great to see the Wild Wild Pussycats again, and Coda as well, because oddly enough, I did want more, like, I don't know, characterization with Coda, so it was great to bring him up again in this episode, and see him idolize Deku a bit, which is really, really heartwarming. But they were there with a huge drop in their hero ranking, because I think they're in the triple digits now, where they were in double digits before. So yeah, a huge drop for them, but it was great to see them nonetheless, as well as the idea that All For One is still taunting us. In some sick way, I do hope he does break out of Tartarus. Like, I do want there to be, like, this moment where Deku has to take him on, and it's going to be a moment that exceeds his encounter with Overhaul. Like, somehow, because that was, like, one of the, like, I think his final battle with Overhaul was one of the best moments in My Hero Academia history. So in some sick way, I do want this, like, to slowly but surely work towards All For One breaking out of Tartarus, and now that All Might is defeated, well, not defeated, but, like, retired and no longer the symbol of peace, it will be testing time. So I don't know. I don't know what kind of sick, depraved mind I have in hoping that one of the deadliest if anything, the deadliest villain in My Hero Academia history, like, breaks out. I don't know why I'm wanting that, because I will regret it, but I can just see him breaking out and this being Deku's ultimate challenge. And yeah, I don't know, maybe when the when My Hero Academia's entire story comes to a close, that is going to happen, because I feel like it, for especially for All For One, he likes to play the long game, so 3 months isn't really that long, so I feel like it will be drawn out until, like, when My Hero Academia comes to an end, and then he breaks out, and then this is Deku's defiant moment, and yeah. But yeah, going back to defiant moment, because I did forget to make mention about Endeavor's fight with the Nomus. This is going to be his defiant moment. This is going to be a moment in the history books, because this is, like I said, his fight with the Nomus in Season 2, incredible stuff. But now that he is officially the number one, there's a lot of pressure on his shoulders. And he's got to make a name for himself. Like, he's already had to make a name for himself beforehand, but this is it. And especially with how monstrous the high-end Nomu seems to be, this could be one that people are going to be talking about for the rest of their lives. This is going to be the thing that encapsulates Endeavor as the number one hero, and that's what Hawks wants to do. Like, he wants to solidify that number one status for Endeavor, and this might be that moment. So it will be very, very interesting to see, like, what is going to be happening for Endeavor, because I feel like it's going to test him. This is going to be his biggest test. This is going to be the definitive moment that Endeavor wants. That talk he had with All Might in terms of finding his own symbol, we saw how prominent that was in terms of now that he's the number one hero in this episode. That's going to add so much weight into the next episode, so it's going to be very interesting to see how Endeavor handles the Nomu situation in the next episode. But yeah, I just wanted to add that point on because I did forget to talk about it. But yeah, Ragdoll, still without a quirk, of course. All For One taunting her. It's, yeah, you got to be very, very careful, because he's like, oh, I can give you back my quirk, but as they said, I can give you back your quirk, should I say, but as they said, you don't know what other quirks he's hoarding, essentially, so, and, like, you could have one that basically disintegrates you, so it could all be a trap at the end of it. Will most likely be a trap. This is All For One we're talking about. He is a manipulative, well played out character, and yeah, it would be very, very dangerous to take his word. So yeah, like in something that seems too good to be true. But yeah, we also had Eri. She's staying at UA as well, which is really, really amazing stuff. I like that, and yeah, of course they're gonna keep an eye on her. I'm not getting my hopes up in terms of like Mirio getting his ability back. Like All for One's potential escape, it's going to be a long time, because this is going to, like, she's only young, and this seems to be a pretty intense quirk, so this is going to take a lot of time to master. But even then, I'm not so sure if Mirio is going to be in a position where he's going to be able to get his quirk back. I don't know, I just have feelings that he might not be able to, that this might be permanently gone, but never give up on hope. I just don't want to be so determined that he's going to definitely get his quirk back, and for Hope to betray me again. It might work, you never know, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, like I said, I'm really excited to see what the finale presents us with, because there's going to be some huge development to his character with this final fight, and this is going to be on this. I feel like this next episode is going to start to change people's minds a bit regarding Endeavor. This is going to be his definitive moment, not just in the My Hero Academia world, but also in the viewer's perspective as well. So I'm really excited to see what the next episode provides us with. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check out my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my Media Beats channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!